Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope all of you are doing well. So in this video, I will be discussing about The Wasteland by T.S Eliot, its summary and analysis of part 1, The Burial of Death. So let's start. So as I already discussed about T.S Eliot biography in my previous video, so let's just begin with the introduction of the poem, The Wasteland. So this poem was published in 1922 when T.S. Eliot was in Switzerland and he was in serious nervous breakdown. He published this poem in his own magazine, and magazine is called Dial. This poem consists of 833 lines at first, then Ezra Pound added it and reduced it to 433 lines. So if we talk about the background of the poem, it is basically based upon the Europe after the World War I. He discusses World War effect on Europe in this poem, and the loss of life is greater in World War I than in World War II. England indulged in World War I indirectly. He called Europe after World War as wasteland, means dead land. The cause of World War I was the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary by Serbia. Myth of Kingfisher can also relate to this poem as well. Like Cybele was a woman who prayed from God not to die. In the end, she was mocked and boys threw stones on her, and then people asked what she want, and she said she want death. Might be because she, instead of living characterless life, she wants or she prefers to die. So there is a lot of fragmentation, means there is a sudden jump from one idea to another idea, as it is the characteristic of modernism, and there is no cohesion and coherence in the poem. So if we talk about the epigraph in the introduction of the poem, it is, we can say that it is a sort of introduction that gives the background of the whole poem. So it is just like the Hollow Man. The Hollow Man is mainly Eliot, exploration of the state of his own soul, like as one of many modern soul suffers from chaos, disintegration, disillusionment. Hollowness comes from loss of faith and beliefs in humanity. It is a circumstances to live for self or selves. The modern man is the creation in conflict with modern community which itself is barren, vague and inflectual. The term modern man is is invented by modern poets to raise the skepticism of modern people. So basically this is the introduction of the poem. Now let's move towards the stanza number 1. So the burial of the dead, basically the title represents the presents the burial service in the Church of England. So April, as in the stanza number 1, the April is mentioned. April is basically the month of spring, and spring presents rebirth and regeneration. It means that there is no rebirth, no regeneration. It is also reference from the poem Prologue to Canterbury Tales. He regarded as April is the sweetest month, means the month of degeneration. Here, but in Wasteland, this April is the month of regeneration, means as we can say that in generally, April is a month of regeneration, but here in the Wasteland, it is the month of degenerations. Here the lilacs, as also mentioned, that lilacs are coming out of the land. Lilacs are the flowers used on occasion of funeral. Poet says that April just produced the flowers used for death. April is basically the cruelest month. It takes memory and desire, memory of better time and unfulfilled desire. April mixing dull roots and with spring rain. Spring rain try to revive dull roots. April show miserable setting. Dead land, it is juxtaposition because bringing opposite image. In Wasteland, winters are warm land because it numbs them so that you do not recall anything and you do not desire, because nothing to recall when they recall something good, so you have desires as well. Winter tried to renew a life or the death tubes. When something covered with snow, it dies. If something is already dead, we cannot revive. They are living dead, because life is a meaning of death. So another voice is there in the stanza number 1. This poem is composed of voices. Idea changed and about summer, that Starnbergsee, this river is near Munich, means Germany. When they reached the river, it started to rain. And after rain, sun comes out, and they went to Hofgarten and drink coffee and talk. It is the pre-war memory because they are happy. And they stopped at different places of Germany. Hollowman is the residence of wasteland. In Hollowman, people never talk loud, but in this poem they talk. He says that he is not a Russian, comes from Lithuanian, and he is a real German. Another voice is Archduke's. When they were children means pre-war innocence preserves. They were having adventure with sled. He was protecting her, holding tight means there is a sense of security. Sled here is basically a kind of skiing. Two people used for sliding on snow. After that, she could not sleep. She does not have any company, so she read books. She is talking about present now. She is alone. In past, she was with someone who protect her. But now, in present, she is alone. This is what is, we can say that it is a post-war memory and the pre-war memory. There is a comparison of pre and post-war memory. So loneliness is the main problem of the people of the World War. So let's move towards the stanza number 2. So the stony rubbish, as it is mentioned in the stanza, that is basically the biblical reference from the Old Testament. He gives description of the whole place. Nothing grows on the dead land. Old Testament means what, in the Old Testament, here it is mentioned in the book that what could you possibly grow from your spirit, which is like a stony rubbish. So here the Son of Man is Jesus Christ. When you are spiritual hollow, how you begin to grow? But land is spiritually dead. There is a heap of broken images because no religious, moral, cultural values is there. That is why land is barren. Trees are dead. On the wasteland there is no shelter. No sweetness is there. Even cricket never give relief. Nothing grows here without water, and desert hollow man idea of cactus tree. As you can talk about the hollow man, there is also a desert or cactus tree was mentioned. As river of water in a dry place, as a shadow of great rock in a weary land means red rock. Red rock is also another biblical reference to the religion of Christian. Something a great rock, like religion, like Jesus Christ, means it is something great. No red rock, that is why no shade is there. Cricket is a small insect which has a great sound which can give some relief, and they live near water. So the speaker says he will show something different from past and future, as there is nothing in our past which could give us comfort. We have just fear of death till our adult age to the old age, when we die and decay, and there is nothing in our future which could give us comfort. We will have to live in present where we have fear of dust, means death, the terrifying truth of mortality. So the next lines are in German, taken from Richard Wagner's opera Tristan and Isolde, a medieval romance. The wind blows fresh towards my home, my Irish child, where are you waiting for? So it is also a reference from the Richard Wagner opera, means the reference is that a soldier left behind sweetheart Isolde in Ireland. The dejected dying Tristan is lying on the English shores and is waiting for his beloved, but unfortunately there are no signs of the arrival of the ship. The lover is lamenting absence of his beloved and wishing to see her returning home. So another voice is there, that is reference to hyacinth. That is basically the flower associated with death and mourning. Hyacinth was a beautiful young boy, Apollo's beloved. One day, when they were playing discus, he was accidentally struck by the discus and died. Apollo turned him into flower that carried his name. A young lady told someone that he gave her hyacinth flower and they called her Hyacinth Girl. It seems that the lady is now forgotten by her lover. In past, she was loved, praised and cared. She said that once they came late from Hyacinth Garden, her arms were full of flowers and her hair is wet. They had a relationship, yet the lover could not declare his love for her. He could not see what she was once. She was like a hollow man who cannot speak anything, feel anything and know anything. His life was purposeless and meaningless. He looked into her heart by love and beauty, but he saw only silence because of hollowness. So this is the summary of stanza number 1 and 2. If you have any queries, you can ask me in the comment section. Please like, subscribe and share my channel. Thank you for watching.